Imagine you're on holiday in some warm, tropical location, maybe Bali or the Caribbean, and the sun is shining and you're walking barefoot along the beach with the sand between your toes, when suddenly the soles of your feet start to feel a bit itchy. But you carry on with your day and enjoy the rest of your tropical holiday. A month later, you're back in New Zealand and you've got an upset stomach, and your doctor tells you you've got parasites. Now that doesn't sound like a good thing. And in your case, given your symptoms, it probably isn't. But what if I told you not all parasites are bad for you? In fact, we think that some types of parasites may be beneficial and may be able to improve immune responses and treat immune-mediated disease. The type of parasite I'm talking about is a certain species of hookworm called Nicata americanus, which infects humans through the skin, then travels to the small intestine where they can live for up to 10 years. Scientists first started to think that parasites may be beneficial when they noticed that in countries with high rates of parasite infection, certain diseases, such as allergic and autoimmune diseases, are basically unheard of. Whereas in countries where we've eradicated parasites through hygiene practices and medication, these diseases are commonplace. Here in New Zealand, for example, 30 to 40% of our population has an allergy to something. Furthermore, humans have had parasites for millions of years, and over this time, hookworms have evolved to be really good at modulating the host immune system. So, what we're suggesting is that if we could reintroduce parasites, hookworms, giving people just a few of the right worms, we may be able to co-opt their immunomodulatory capabilities. That's exactly what my research group is doing. We're infecting healthy volunteers with hookworm to test the safety and tolerability of hookworm therapy and investigate how hookworms interact with our immune system. This is where my PhD comes in. We think that part of the beneficial effect of hookworm therapy is through their interactions with our immune cells. So I'm looking at a certain type of immune cell called eosinophils. What I've found is that when we infect someone with hookworm, we see an acute increase in the number of eosinophils in circulation, and also detect eosinophil-specific products in the feces, suggesting that eosinophils are being induced in the gut as well. Now, I'm looking more closely at these cells, looking at their surface proteins, metabolic profile, and gene expression at a single cell level. So, while you probably should get rid of that parasite that you caught on holiday, it just may be that one day we'll be prescribing parasites to treat disease. Thanks.
The teenage years have a reputation for being a stormy time. For young people with mental health difficulties, things can get particularly rough. Globally, 1 in 4 adolescents will experience a common mental health condition like anxiety or depression. In Aotearoa, young people from our Māori, Pacifica and Rainbow communities are also more vulnerable. Parents and other whānau members are often the first port of call for young people in distress, and how they respond to their children's emotions can make a big difference in how these storms are navigated. Despite this, mental health treatments for this age group are often focused on the individual, and families can be left feeling at sea. My research is focused on a program designed specifically for parents of this age group called Tuning Into Teens. This program aims to give parents evidence-based skills that they can use to help coach their teens through the emotional storms of these years. The first step to this is parents successfully tuning into how their child is feeling without judgment and with empathy. This helps their child to calm, understand, and better navigate through their own emotions. Emotion coaching can be contrasted with other styles of responding that may ignore or dismiss emotions. For example, imagine a teen, or yourself as a teen, upset at missing out on a party. An emotion dismissing response might be something like, "Oh well, it's just a party." An emotion coaching response might be, "That sucks. It feels awful to miss out." This may sound simple, but can be the difference between stirring up the waters and calming them down. Currently, research for this program is limited to a group of young people in the community without particularly high levels of mental health challenges. Coming from a background working in the public child adolescent mental health services, I wanted to see whether giving whānau more of these kinds of skills could also help the young people we see with more severe difficulties. To do this, we conducted a feasibility randomised control trial across several services in the Wellington region. Young teens aged 10 to 14 were randomised to either receive care as usual or care as usual plus their parents and caregivers completing a Tuning into Teens program. We also include measures co-designed with parents and young people based on what they thought was important. We have had over 30 families take part in our research, and initial feasibility results have been positive. Importantly, families have also told us that this program has helped them better support their young person, and clinicians have said that there is a need for this kind of intervention and that it fits well with whānau-centred care. Final results from this trial will further inform how we may use and evaluate this program. My hope is that by better supporting the whānau around our young people with mental health challenges, we can help steer them on a stronger course into adulthood. Or, as this whakatauki tells, he moana puki puki e ikinga e te waka. A choppy sea can be navigated.